How strong you get is going to be dictated by what you can ultimately recover from. Keeping this in mind, there are a lot of different practices that you could put in place within your overall fitness routine in order to optimize your long-term strength results. One of these key things is understanding how to incorporate deloading within your specific fitness regime in order to optimize your specific long-term strength results. In this video, we're going to go over the nuances of what deloading is, who is it for, who isn't it for, and how to best utilize it for your specific results. That said, if you're new here, be sure to leave a like down below, comment down below on what you want me to go over next, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do the whole thing so you don't miss another video like this. And with that being said, we're gonna get straight into the ebbs and flows of things. So with all that said, what is a deload exactly? A deload is essentially where at the end of your training block, you take a week to where you're reducing your overall volume and your intensity of the workouts that you do. The reason why we want to go about doing this is because it gives the body time to be able to dial down any sort of onset muscle soreness you may be experiencing. It allows your body to flush out excess fatigue. It allows your central nervous system to be able to reset, and it allows you also to mentally recalibrate for the next block to come. With deloading, it's also important to understand when you should actually incorporate it based on where you're at within your specific fitness journey. If you're an absolute novice, deloading simply isn't for you. What you need to focus on instead is just making sure that you start being consistent with your training long term, and eventually as you get stronger, you're going to get to a point to where the weights that you're utilizing and or the relative volume and intensity that you're utilizing, depending on if you don't use weights, maybe you're a calisthenics athlete and you just focus on sets and reps, that you put yourself in a place to where now you're having to manage your overall rest as well as your overall fatigue more regularly than say a beginner would. Now, if you're somebody who's more intermediate advanced, you've been training well over a year, 2, 3 plus, potentially you've put yourself in a position to where now you're putting such a demand on your body that it's causing you to have adverse side effects, being extra soreness and achiness than you're used to. You're not able to tap into your strength reserves like you normally would with your key exercises. And you're also dreading your training, meaning you go into your training sessions and you're not even sure if you're going to be able to hit the numbers because of how worn down you feel. If you're in this position within your training, high probability you need to start incorporating deloading ASAP, so this way now you could have a better system in place in order to optimize your long-term strength results. So the way you go about using deloads is a simple roadmap. The first thing is you need to establish how long your program is, what sort of intensity are you using within your programming, and what is going to be the net goal long term with the different blocks of training that you utilize. Let's use myself for an example. I'm currently in a powerlifting phase of my overall training cycle, that being for the rest of this year, to where I'm trying to get ready for a powerlifting meet. Right now, I am currently in a deload week because I had approximately 5 weeks beforehand where I was essentially reacclimating my body to get ready to do a more specific powerlifting block with some street lifting modalities, because I am also a street lifter at first. So the way this looks like long term is the following. I am going to have a 5 to 6 week block where I prioritize my squat, bench, and deadlift along with the other movements in the mix to make sure I'm covering my bases of fitness. Once I am at the end of this 5 week block or 6 week block, if my body's feeling good, I'll stretch it one more week. The end, or I should say after the block finishes, I'll have 1 week to where I do the same exact movements that I was doing the entire 5 to 6 week block, and I'm cutting everything in half, reducing my intensity, reducing my volume. Also with this, it's important to keep in mind that deload weeks are a great opportunity to really refine and master your movements. Meaning what I'm trying to do within my deload week is perfect the movement and really dial in and make sure everything is feeling up to par. So this way now when I go into the next block, if I maybe need to incorporate a movement to help with a lingering injury that I'm facing, I can do that. If I feel that I need to work on maybe some positional connection with a dead zone within my movement, that being an area within the exercise that I struggle with mastering, I'll incorporate positional drills. And the list can go on and on in terms of utilizing deload weeks, not only as a means to serve recovery, but also as a means to serve your movement quality as well as your movement mastery long term, so you could continue to get stronger. With all that said, team, remember, deload weeks are not for everybody. They're usually reserved for intermediate to advanced athletes. If you're an absolute beginner and you are feeling run down from training, it could be because you're trying to do a little bit too much too soon and you need a better system to be put in place in order for you to optimize your long-term results. The tip I would give you, if you're in this position right now, is to simply make sure that you start slow and you steadily build up. Maybe instead of training 4 times a week, you dial it back to 2 to 3 times a week. Rather than doing 4 sets of everything, maybe cut it back to 2 sets of everything. And then over time, as you get stronger, then you can adjust things accordingly. That said, team, I hope this video served you well. If it did, once again, please leave a like down below. Comment down below on what you would like me to go over next. Comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do the whole thing. And with all that said, also comment down below, what sort of struggles are you facing when it comes to optimizing your rest and your recovery for your long-term fitness results?